Here we are. Ascension. It's been a while. Let's try Defect. It's been a while since a win. It hasn't been a while since we played Ascension. It's been a while since a win. Had a fun time on the daily earlier today. Now looking forward to perhaps obtaining a rare relic. Oh, Sundial's rare, huh? I did not know that. Looking forward to having a chance. Having a chance here. You know why I like -7 max HP? In most circumstances where we would have lived if we had 7 more HP, we would have died on the next fight anyway. So I really don't think it's a big difference here. We want to construct the deck very, very cautiously. I think cold snaps are a way that we can build a deck different than the ones we've built in Ascension thus far. We will disagree with your attempt to give us some doubt here. And you know what? We'll strike. I think the strike plus this adds up to more than the dual cast for now. And look at that. Okay, so we'll put that one out there as well. Respect the orbs. You got to respect the orbs on a defect run. Unless you know, do the build that kind of deliberately disrespects the orbs. But if you don't do that one, you got to respect them. We got to do, well, we got you. Frost will carry us if we let it. Let's take another cold snap. Each one of those is 2 to 5 block. I will. In a deck so thin, at least right now, I'm very content to try this. And speaking of try this, you have struck the wrong enemy, you fool. Either way, still taking no damage, but it's going to be a little harder to take him out because we're weak now. We will zap. Strike. Strike. What do I need to make this work if it's a Frost deck? Blizzard is a great killer. I think we got him anyway. I'll take Cool-Headed, even though I'm, to be honest, a little skeptical. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so what do? We have woken him up already. Okay, my mistake. What we're gonna do is just pop off immediately and hope that things go okay here. Love it. We have to hit him. Like, I'm looking at him like we don't even have a lightning orb to dual cast in the future. Like, we gotta smack him a little bit. 6 passive block is pretty good, but you know, this is a little... things are going to hurt, let's put it that way. I think we might die. As ridiculous as it may sound early here. Cool-Headed is 5 block, but Zap is 5 block, 3 damage, and theoretically 30 turns from now we can play a dual cast, which is very exciting news. Really, I think you got to put up enough block to keep yourself healthy here. Keep in mind you got to rest and then fight another elite right after this. What would you do? I mean, you got to hit him hard. We also have to advance 1, so that's a must play. And then we hope to draw a dual cast next time. We won't need to. He's dead. Okay, that didn't go too badly. And Mango, sure. I don't dislike it at all. Give me some auto shields. Have to rest. Basically the same HP for our next fight. Except this guy hates when you play skills, and that's also a problem. What isn't going to be a problem? I know. We're taking no damage on turn 2, though. That doesn't happen that often. I mean, you want to smack me for sure. I think you have to let him do 30 damage to you. Well, he's not going to quite do 30, but you get the idea. We got him. We got War Paints. 2 decent upgrades. You know, we haven't added that many cards to the deck so far. We're pretty happy with, like, the density of our upgrades. You gotta rest, and guess what? Pretty much the same HP that we've had for quite some time now. Except we have an added advantage now, believe it or not. I think we just start smacking. We could leave at some point if we want to. We're taking 6 right off the top. We got so many more fights after this. It's very dangerous, but I gotta say, you gotta hit him. We gotta start getting ahead. I have to say, that we have done a pretty good job of fighting the elites so far, and the relics that we've gotten have not been bad. I really wanted one of those to hit you, but I guess that's too much to ask. Now I know. This is going to be a slow one. The good news is, once we kill one of these guys, we can take no more damage than 4 per turn. What do I mean by that? Well, we got 6 block by default. They only hit for 10 damage. So we pretty much got a stranglehold on him right now. We should be hit for none for the rest of the fight, which, I mean, we were at 20 HP after both of the other ones. So this seems okay to me. Now, we probably do not need to play auto shields, but why wouldn't we? I think, and I've been wrong, so very, very wrong in the past. I think we've got an okay foundation here. We have a 14-card deck where some of the cards are upgraded already. Maybe not the ones we would have chosen, but whatever. We have enough frost to basically put up a passive block per turn. And on an active level, you know, as long as we can cycle 1 orb, we get another 5 block for free. He's dead. It was a bit slow, but we got the job done. What comes next? Whetstone hits another 2 cards for upgrades. All right. I mean, I'm trying not to overstate the advantage that you get from having an upgraded strike, but you'd rather have an upgraded strike than not have an upgraded strike. You're doing 24 damage? What a coincidence. I put up 24 block. Much better turn for us here. Why not? Hey. Okay, now this guy, he gets a little stronger, but unfortunately for him, so do we. He's doing 11 damage. We'll do 3 to him, which is actually going to do 0. He's going to do none to us, which is also 0, so we're in good company there. Here's where things start to work out in our favor. He's going to find it hard to punch through this. Now, some bosses will not, and that's where I guess we have to be at, like, our most diligent. Because for now, like, we're laughing. We can't be hurt. But at some point, that laughter will turn into many, many tears, potentially. Mostly from you guys, like, oh, I can't believe he lost again. And I'll be like, ha, used to it. I'll take a cold... The thing is, a cold snap, it's kind of like an iron wave, except I respect it. We are going to take a little damage here, but only 3. That's really good. Now, here, just looking. We're taking none, but I don't want you to roll over, so I'm just going to do that and get the lightning orb closer to hurting you. We want to control this and, like, destroy you on a turn where it makes the most sense for us, and we can get there. It's this, and then a strike, and you are just... in a bad way, my man. And then I am also in a bad way, like, immediately after. But then, like, hopefully next turn I'll be in a good way. And I'm starting to be in a good mood about this run. You are dead. Building block can be a little slow, but when it works, it works. And at this point, I'm like, don't add anything. Why add? It's working. I'm not convinced in any of the other options. It does take us 15 turns to get fully set up, but... I'll live with that. I thought I did the numbers right there. Okay, can I get you? I don't think I can get you. But you can't get me either, so... I'm A-okay with this. The real question is, like, our damage output is so bad. How are we going to kill the boss? Recursion does cost 0 when upgraded, but I don't know. It's hard to justify using it right now. So I think the way that we handle this boss most appropriately is, well, I mean, obviously we want to get, like, as many orbs as possible early. But we want to use vulnerability when we have attacks and we're about to pivot him, more or less. I'd rather have some lightning out. So next turn's gonna suck. I would never expect to perfect this guy. You know, it's just not what the run's built on. We're only taking 18, which is relatively good. Now, he rolls over in 5 HP. Are we going to pop on him? This is the right turn to pop. So put some vulnerability out there. You'll probably explode him, too. Seems good to me. Now, you know, it's going to make this boss seem so much easier than he actually should be, but... sounds good in my world. And I know you're like, we should have saved an explosive potion for right now. Yeah, but, like, doesn't that mess with you a little bit? Because, like, this guy also got hurt by the explosion potion, even though he didn't exist yet. That's weird, right? Because he was inside of the other slime. How strange. Anyway, we're way past halfway. Normally, I would describe this as, like, sort of the halfway point, but because their HP is so low, we're, you know, that was a long time ago. These guys will never hit me again. It can't happen. Now, it almost literally happened. I'm just looking. 10, so we have 16 block. I don't mind this. I'm waiting for a turn where he does nothing. If he doesn't, we'll just split him. That's fine by me, too. Now, the second floor is going to be a real rude awakening. Like, we don't have good answers. Oh. Clicked off the screen. We don't have good answers to a lot of the problems the second floor gives us. How are we going to do 3 attacks in a single turn? Great question. Remove all of your orbs. Remove. Gain energy and draw 1 card for each orb removed. I hate it. I will take a reboot. It gets really good when upgraded. I'm not convinced yet. And instead of energy, to be honest, I think I'd rather start with 1 frost. Although it does drastically lower our damage output, I suppose. But, I mean, we're building around frost. I always get this one wrong, by the way. It's not really have 1 frost. It's if you end your turn with empty orbs, channel frost. A subtle but marked difference. We're taking none damage on that turn, which is a real surprise. Now, love that. Smack him. Smack him. Smack him again. Smack him once more. The fact that we're doing decently against this guy, although it is a little bit of a stalemate, I suppose. And now he's going to hit us before we hit him. Unless. Now we're talking. I feel good. I feel good about the fact that this is how the run's going so far. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be from a damage perspective. I think we can afford to play a loop, absolutely. It just makes our orbs that much better. We are going to hit a shop. I'm willing to go for the relic. And we do get normality, but this is actually a pretty good relic for our defensive game right now. Letter opener also seems pretty solid. Now the idea is you hope normality doesn't screw you. You play loop, you play cold snap, and then you reboot, get rid of normality. And immediately draw it again. Okay, sure, why not? I'm not mad. Why would you think that? That I'm mad or something. We are already gaining 6 block. No, it's 8 block per turn. Yeah, like 4 and then 4 at the end. I see. So it actually renders auto shields completely useless. Which I had not considered. $18 damage, huh? Well, we start there, then there. It's a relatively obvious approach. If I have to ice you with the explosive potion, I will do so. Gladly. I think we are going to need, like, some attack at some point. I didn't want it to be that, but... Okay, normality. More cold snaps. Pantograph could save us, so... It's a bit of a... It's a not a rage buy, but like it's a bit of a... It's a buy for the future, let's put it that way. I gotta be honest, like a cool-headed dual cast. It does save us from taking damage, but it seems a little weak. I'd much rather do that. It's if you end without full orb slots. Yeah, if you end your turn with empty orb slots. That's okay, so I read it wrong literally every single time, even when I'm planning on reading it right. This turn is gonna suck really bad. Okay, this is a good turn to attack. Unfortunately, I really don't want to play this for 5 damage. Like, dual casting it. I guess we get the frost back, so we should do it. Yeah, okay, right. Start interpreting the card properly if possible. Just trying to ensure that we live here. I want some lightning out there to do some damage. We're taking 19 damage. That's very bad. It looked like less. I didn't think my math was wrong there, but whoever does, I guess. Alright, so now we've... this guy's got to go, by the way, but we've got a dual castable situation. We're really suffering from a damage output standpoint right now. Let me get free frost. Okay. Hey, that's too soon. We are certainly killable. I mean, that's a good amount of block, but I still don't know. I guess if I kill you, it takes 10 off, then there's only 54, but... We're still dead. You're still dead. Well, we'll start up another one. I'm actually not too perturbed by that. I'm going to switch over. Let's stay as the defect. We just... completely anemic in damage, but I was having a good time until the elite fights. Obtain a curse, choose a rare card, or obtain a random rare card. We can remove the curse immediately. Let's do it this way. Dude, give me Echo Form. Okay. If we put everything we have into making this Echo Form work, there is a dream somewhere on this deck. Now, we're not going to use it immediately. I said everything I had. I didn't mean everything I have. Don't be ridiculous. I mean, that's insane. Let's think. What would we love to have doubled? Reinforced Body, I'm not convinced in. Loop. We know it's good upgraded. I think Chill, just for the fact that it's free block. And I think because Echo Form's so expensive, adding some zero costies is relatively sensible. Now, what do we want? First turn, Echo Form, every time. Because we can't play it later. It just becomes... I mean, it's too dangerous. Luckily, this guy looks like he's toast anyway. But yeah, it'll probably... Usually it takes till the second floor until you... Well, this is unfortunate, but usually it takes until the second floor until you can reliably play it. I also feel like if we're going to spend a turn where we're probably going to get hit in the face playing Echo Form, we definitely do want self-repair. I would say, at least. Now, that card, it's had an indelible effect on this run, despite the fact that I can't play it yet, most of the time. I have to wait for the right turn to do so. Hey, there you go. Did something there. Heat Sinks is actually tempting, but how are we going to make it happen right now? We've kind of already committed to, to another. We're going to take damage this turn no matter what. That's a bad way to think about it. I would rather take 1 damage than take 5. I don't think Echo Form makes that big of a difference against default enemies. We should be doing well against these guys regardless. And if we're not, maybe there's something else at play. We're going to take another 1 damage. It wouldn't have killed him. Because of the weakness, it wouldn't have killed him. 1 damage is basically nothing. And you guys are dead. We could dual cast, but I like killing you with the passive. It just feels more badass that way. Give me another go for the eyes. I think it works totally fine. I think if we smith... And then the idea is we Echo Form 100% no matter how much damage we're taking in the face. It would be so nice to get it early, though. Like, if we can get it next turn. Okay, if we could get it on the turn after that. Hey, thanks. There it is. So he's going to wake up, but we have Echo Form now. It's really, really, really good. Whatever you play gets played twice. 4 turns of weakness is good. Or we can get up to 15 block and weaken him anyway. For 2. Yeah, I'd rather do that, actually. So we're going to take 0. Now, it's going to take us... That was a very defensive turn. He's doing 15 damage. Now we can do this. Much better. I think you zap, dual cast. Alright, now you're starting to whittle him a little bit. Now this turn is Steroid Potion. Much better. 20 damage. Yeah, you know the deal. Hit you with a leap. Give you one of those. You're doing 15. Perfect. Now, can we kill you next turn? Possibly. Yes. That was an extremely great fight. Darkstone, not at all what we're looking for. I think I love Buffer. I think it's too expensive right now. And it trust me, that kills me a little bit. But I just, you know, I'd be surprised if we could make it tick, I guess. Now, so far, I like the deck. There's a little, you know, nagging thing in my head. Transformer upgrade? Well, we'll continue to upgrade. Do we really want this to be innate? With only 5 cards to start with? I'm not sure I'm convinced, so... I think a dual caster free is nice, but... the nagging thing in my head is like, what if you don't get an energy relic? Prefer not to think about that if you don't mind. This guy's probably going to attack next turn. There you go. I don't mind seeing Echo Form disappear. Oh, we're still taking damage. That's surprising. But in the future, like on a boss fight, if we don't get to play Echo Form, well, let's just put it this way, it shouldn't happen. If we see Echo Form and the enemy's hitting us for non-lethal, we should probably go for it. It's that critical to, like, our game plan. But we need to get up to 4, I mean, preferably 5 energy so we could do something else on turn 1 as well. And this game's no joke. This guy, he's about to flip, by the way. I think we do want to break him. It's a bad time to split him, but if we kill him, that doesn't matter. Otherwise, we were going to take a little damage. I'd rather deal with one enemy with 24 HP. And you know what? Look at that. It just, we have nothing to use Echo Form with for, like, metagame success. And all I mean by that is, this takes us to full block. I actually like that turn the best out of all of these. We can't use it, and then if the enemy's doing nothing, be like, oh, we'll wait for self-repair. But, okay. I think a rebound works quite well. You can always rebound one of the 0-cost debuff attacks. Like right now, basically. This is the first time we're going to take, like, a hit in the face in a while. So I don't feel badly. And I think a ball lightning works as well. Okay, so we got a nice suite of attacks, I think. We're going to have nearly full HP for the boss fight. Our relics lack permanence. They're probably not going to help us too much in the future. But for now, you know, they're doing some good work. Echo Form, that was the turn we needed Echo Form to show up on. Because if it shows up on the next turn, we're going to play it, and it's going to hurt. You know what? Showing up on the turn after this one, where he's doing 38 damage, is probably also fine. But it's very similar. This time he's doing 36 damage instead. Okay. So this guy has drawn my ire. Might as well double up on this. I should have played Slimed. There was literally no reason to play Defend over Slimed there. But we also took no damage, so I'm a happy man. We'll double up on Cold Snap. Rebound Strike for the kill. Alright, so we're going to be fine moving through floor 1. First card's played twice, so we want to make sure it's something decent. And you are dead. Could have zapped even, but... Alright, so far so good. All for One looks good, but I actually think that it's not what we want here. And Buffer is still potentially great, but I really think Reboot to help us get Echo Form faster is more important. And I think Sozu is your right call over Nuclear Battery, which is transient energy that is useful, but... I mean, I would not be sad to see it. I'm just... It's not my choice right now. Alright, so I do think we have a chance. Now that we can... Give me one sec here. It worked. And we're still going to hit for a little bit. Oh, no, we're not, because, yeah, dual cast costs 0 now. Anyway, we got Echo Form out there right off the bat. What do you do? What do you do? You don't want to take damage? You probably just defend. And that's not bad. We really want Bottled Tornado. If we can make Echo Form be in hand to start with. I'm not going to say nothing's going to stop us. I'd also love a self-repair. I do think that it's important. Should probably start thinking a little bit more closely about the way that I, you know, the cards that I'm choosing to roll with, because we are going to take 6 damage when we did not have to at all. I got lost in my own conversation. It happens from time to time. This will kill him one way or the other. More Ball Lightning. But, you know, Recursion for free. It's 5 block or 8 damage right now. Bottled Tornado, please. I think it's too late for Genetic Algorithm. I think we don't need Apotheosis in this deck. It's kind of expensive. Could be wrong. I don't think we need Birdface Urn, though. What do we want to heal for? So I think Rip and Tear for damage is worth it. And Happy Flower, at least to, like... on turns where it passively gives me energy, if I at least notice, which is sometimes doubtful, I'd be a happy man. It was a surprisingly great first turn, considering that I didn't get anything that I wanted at all. Taking 6. Really want to kill him this turn. Not gonna happen. Gonna happen. Disregard. Disregard that negativity. It happened. Smoke Bomb could be surprisingly useful. I don't think we want any of this. We definitely do not care about our next shot, but we might be kind of forced into that path regardless. And that's your turn. Solves itself. The thing is, we can't really get away with taking 5 damage per... That's fine. We can't really get away with taking 5 damage per encounter. Or 7 damage per encounter. It's going to come back to bite us real quick. I don't mind the idea of channeling 4 Frost. And I would prefer not to play anything else, because we're getting voids or dazes every time we do. Lucky. Very I did not run the numbers at all. I think I'd rather double up on an attack. Even though it's a little weak here. Just because I want to avoid, like, putting as many dazes in our deck as is conceivable. We have 5 energy, and this is going to hurt you. And that's going to hurt you more, and you are going to die, but just barely. That's cause for concern. I think the more go for the eyes we have, the merrier I am at present. So I'm going to fight you and then skip the other path, because it scares the crap out of me. Anytime you don't get a turn 1 Echo Form, it's like batten down the hatches. Because we need to spend a turn now, and we have to do it, I truly believe. Should have recursioned first there. And you know what? I think we need to get that out there. I'm getting a little nervous about our ability to kill these guys. Now, an Echo Form is very helpful. Extremely helpful. Simultaneously doesn't solve all of our problems. Like, we're taking 8 on this turn. Now, the bleeding should stop pretty soon, because, like, this guy's toast. But strike, 16 damage. Okay, sure. So we can afford to leap twice to make sure we take 0. Just block twice is usually the right strat. This time we don't have the option. So I think Cold Snap is your right call here. Ball Lightning. I mean, probably play Vulnerability first. It's not going to matter, but still, is the principle of the whole thing. Fairy in a Bottle might prove surprisingly necessary. I hate it. Don't laugh at me, okay? I don't want to give you my gold because I have to rest and then there's an elite fight. It's painful. I don't relish the thought of them laughing at how easily they took my gold, and it's bringing back all sorts of high school memories that honestly didn't happen to me because I had a relatively, average high school experience, but I can pretend for the sake of the bit if you're okay with that. We're not going to be able to attack next turn. And I'm actually, like, to die after giving away all of my money would just be devastating. We can get 10 block. And I think it's either that or you play Reboot twice, which is just useless. And then Chill is going to help you, and then Defend is going to help you. So we're going to take 3 damage, I think. And now... Okay, now we're out ahead of the curve, but yeah, things look horrible. What would you play twice? Fair question, I think. I think you play Zap. Seems weird, but we get the block. Then we can dual cast anyway. Now we can recursion and at least get like a little damage. And honestly, let's weaken both of them. One day we're going to pick up a handful of wounds, and it's going to feel real bad. It almost happened right there. Okay, we're going to make it through this elite fight, but things look very dangerous after that. We don't need to double leap. We should double rip and tear. Good. Centennial Puzzle is not what we're looking for. I honestly think that right now, a Static Discharge is our play. It's freaking Bottle Tornado. From the doldrums of failure, I can now see success. We're not at success, but I can see it. It's on the mountain. This changes absolutely everything. Now, we still can't guarantee that we play it. Some turns, it's not going to work. This turn is not one of those turns. We have to play it. And, I mean, we either play Rebound or Static. We're about to get hit in the friggin' face, so we'll play Static. Still very dangerous. This is, by the way, I was not intending on fighting the elite, so nothing to worry about in that regard. We can just play both defense. So I really think you start with a doubled up dual cast. You zap. Go for the eyes just to... You might as well weaken him, is my perspective here. And then you just strike the crap out of this guy. 14. So we're on lethal. It would take a miracle for us to be lethal, but we are on it. I think you would probably start with Cold Snap. Get some passive block. Then go for the eyes, already applies. Chill does more damage. Reboot works really well here. We're already taking 0. Alright, see, this is how quickly you can turn around. We get 1 dead turn, but after that, like... we actually have beautiful chances here. I think. I think we do need a block. I would not mind a reinforced body. We continue to have to rest after just about every combat. Rip and tear is not worth it. Get the 7 block. This guy dies to pure damage. You don't necessarily have to hit him 3 times, although we probably could. So now with Echo Form, what do you play? That's a very good question. He's only doing 12 damage, which we can more than take care of. I think you just do this. Yeah, I honestly think you do this and hope that some of the lightning hits him. If it doesn't, oh well. There you go. We weaken him. He's doing no damage. Might as well play static just in case. The pure damage did not do what I wanted it to do there. I just want that to be clear. I want that like written on my tombstone. Let's ice this fool. Take him out. Get some lightning back out on the field. Okay, Echo Form. Very important Echo Form. I honestly think you Echo Form defend. I really do. And then for 0, hit, hit. Look at that. Now you're down to 9. You're doing fine. That's a classic. Everybody knows the expression. If you're down to 9, you're doing fine. Taking no damage. Really, we're setting ourselves up for a boss fight and hopefully, like, leaping forward on the next floor. I hate doubling up on block. It's a cowardly move. But when it's gotta work, it's gotta work. And you know what? This guy's dead. He's beginning to believe. We don't need any more beam cells. Alright. Very low HP for this boss fight. Turn 1, this guy doesn't do anything, though. That's great news. Yes, don't forget to use that. Okay, here's where things are going to get mighty interesting. What do you want right off the bat? I gotta be honest, 6 Frost looks pretty good right about now. So they're doing 24 damage. We can get there. We will get there. I really think you want to purge this guy's negative attitude. So we still have a problem, and the problem is that we have very little damage output. You have to play static, and I honestly think doubled static on this turn is probably your best option. That way when you get hit, you're summoning 2 lightning and actually maybe dealing some damage. 32 damage on this turn. What would you do? We don't have a defend. So I think you go for broke and maybe just ball lightning the crap out of an enemy. What did he take? Reinforced body? We might be able to get it back and then play it. We're just slightly shy of that happening. So we'll block a little damage, get rid of his debuff a little bit. And now get ready to summon, because we're getting a lot of lightning. Love it. Okay, what would you play twice here? Recursion is 16 free damage. Kind of like it. Give me a rebound. Cold snap. Probably should have beam celled. Way earlier than that. Like, don't at me. This is a big mistake. Reboot right off the bat. Okay, now we got something going here. Rip and tear. Strike. Please don't summon any more minions for at least, like, 10 minutes. I have to weaken you. Go for the eyes will weaken you. It takes off probably, like, 19 damage. 15 damage. Pretty close. So we'll cold snap. Then we'll recursion. Gives us 5 extra block. We're going to take, well, 27 damage. Leaves us a little light. I really think you would double up on Zap in this situation. And then you might just rebound a dual cast, and I don't know. I'm not totally sure what you're hoping for here. We are going to die. There's 2 ways. You either kill him or you double up. You have to double up block. It's the only conceivable way to live. You don't need to put weakness on him. It doesn't work like that. We're still gonna die. I have to be honest, I really thought we had the dream there. One of these days, we're going to win an Ascension mode run. I know you're doubting it. Don't doubt it for long. We're going to get there. For now, though... that's a rage quit. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Ooh. We'll win one of these days, see ya.